What's up, y'all? Hey, we're going to start on part 5 of the build, but as you can see in the background, I don't know, well, it's pretty sketchy. We'll see how long we have out here without it pouring down rain and blowing sideways on me. But hey, let's get part 5 started. I hope you guys enjoyed the other 4 in the series, and please like and subscribe if you like these videos. All right, here we go. I am working on the plate for the seat. So I mentioned this the other day. I'm gonna put the 7x7 offset back here in the back, and I've got it. I got the, obviously this is flipped over upside down, and I got to do some measurements, and we'll get this bad boy installed. All right, so I'm gonna mark center. So this is 39.5 from carpet to carpet. So that's what we're gonna go off of. So let me do some math. 39.5. 19. So 19 and 19 is 38. What did I say? 39.5? 20 would be 40 inches. So we go half inch, quarter inch. It should be 19 3/4. Let me do some math here. So 19 3/4 will be center. We'll double check it by going this way, 19 3/4, and we get 19 3/4. So pretty much right there. The hole is going to come through the other side, obviously here, or roughly here. I'm going to line it up because what I want to do is have from the other side, obviously, 2 holes that'll go through. Shoot. Let me measure. I may be okay. That's 2 3/4. So I got 3-inch stainless bolts. I got lock nuts and washers. So this is, ooh, that's gonna be tight. That's about 2 3/4. I only got about a quarter. I thought 3-inch was gonna be long enough. I don't even know if they make them longer than 3-inch. It's gonna have to be. So what I'm doing is I'll drill through, once I get the hole drilled, I'll drill through from this side, up through this and this, and then hopefully we'll have enough sticking out of here that I can put a washer and a nut on it, because that's about 2 3/4 here. But I have carpet, so it'll squish a little bit, I assume. I wish I just wrapped this up over here and I didn't mess that up where I got that seam, but it is what it is, unless I decide to fix it today, which I don't know if I want to do that. Well guys, sorry about that. I completely forgot to turn the camera on. I drilled this out. I was real careful as I went through it, and I just kind of tap because I didn't want to cut all the way through the carpet and maybe shred the carpet up if the blade grabbed it. I just got these cheaper, I got a combo kit because I wasn't sure all the different sizes I may need for different things. So it's a little Avanti 7-piece. Anyway, worked really good. I used, shoot, what size is this bit? Well, it doesn't tell me on these. Looks like 2.5. This base, unfortunately, you can't just drill the hole the size of this part of the post, because the whole thing is going to go up basically through the bottom, you know, or down through the top of the deck. So you have to kind of compensate for this part, which is obviously wider. So I just kind of set this one on it, realize that should be pretty close, about the right size, but like I said, that should be a 2.5. Let's see how it fits. All right, let's slide it on. And I should be able to move it a little bit. You know, it's got a little play in it just because how big the hole is. I want it close to here as I can, because I do want to drill into the, I want to drill through the 2x2. And let's see, so that's there. But as far as I can probably go, it looks like these holes should clear any of the other boards, because I got a 2x3 under here, and then the 2x2 is here, and these are should just hit plywood. So I'm going to drill through, but then I'm also going to put a support. So we're going to drill through here. I'm going to measure first and make sure I'm going to miss. All right, so everything I got is stainless. I got 3-inch. I got, these are 1/4 20. So they're 1/4 3-inch, 1/4 lock washer, lock nuts, and then washers in case I need them for the other side. Well, okay. Center to the edge is almost 4 inches, and I'm already past the 2x3, so I'm good. Yep, so that should be good. This is gonna miss. This is, I already measured that one. It's 6 3/4 out, and 6 3/4 puts me close. Where's that? Oh, that's my workbench. There's nothing else back here, so that should be good. And then this, I just got to drill through for the to go through the 2x. All right, I marked the holes, but I don't know if it'll show up, and it's getting dark on me here, so I'm just going to drill through the 2x here. All right, to get it straight. Uh-oh, that's not good. Kind of just pushed the carpet out. I didn't get it to cut through the carpet. Let's see if we can do this without messing my finger up. I don't recommend this at home, kids. Let's see if that went through the carpet this time. Nope. Here we go. There's always a way. All right, guys. I'm just going to put this in here to hold it in place so I can drill the other ones. There we go. Get that straight again. Looks good. Come on. Ah. Dang it. I'm gonna knock it down again. All right. See if I've got room for washers. I don't know if I do. If we don't, probably be okay because I've got a lock nut, so that'll help kind of with the spacing to have this on it. Let's see. Don't think I have room for a washer, so we're just gonna have to do this with the lock nut. I barely got room for a lock nut under here. Okay, got started on this side. Once I squish it up in there, maybe I'll have room to put a washer on it. Alright, we'll drill the other ones real quick. Alright. So these are 1.5 inches. I got these because I figured it would go through 2 pieces of this board. I could be wrong, and it looks like I am. So I'm going to use washers on the other side. of this, because that will not go through 2 boards. I did my math wrong or something. I guess I figured when I put the carpet on it, it would squish down a little more, but it doesn't look like that's the case. Okay, so we'll do washers, lock nuts, should be good to go. We are going to tighten it up. Well, not a whole lot to see here other than me, you know, holding this and then screwing these down, so. Awesome. All right, let's take a look at her. Put her on the boat. Well, there she is, y'all. That looks pretty. Like I said, I got to redo some of my screws and stuff, but that's gonna be nice. I hadn't bought the pedestal yet, but we'll get it on there soon. What is up, everybody? Well, took the old Prowler 12 out yesterday. Had a good day fishing. Let me give you a little post fishing walkthrough. All right, pros and cons. Let's get after it. All right, so pros. Lots of room, obviously. It's 12 foot. Technically it's only a half a foot bigger than my kayak, but obviously it's almost twice as wide. A lot of space to put crap. So that was good. That's the pros to it. That's one of them. Two, moved real good on the water with the Newport vessel, 55-pound thrust trolling motor. Worked great. One con, hang on while I'm thinking about it. The strap, the battery strap that goes in the back, right? It's nice. They give you a little strap to go with it. Well, it's not big enough to go over the 60 amp hour battery that I have. I couldn't strap it. So I just set it down in here. I put a little piece of carpet in there, set the battery on it, and I was good. If you're in any kind of chop or anything, that would probably not be good. Probably wouldn't want it just sitting like that. So I'm going to have to get a different strap for it, which is ridiculous. Let's see. I got a little more used to it as I was going along. It is difficult, and I mentioned this in the fishing video that I did with this. It is difficult going through or walking in this middle area. I didn't do a lot of standing on the steps. I did a little bit, not much. So that's got to be fixed. Obviously, not only is it feel weird even with shoes on, and I think I was wearing my little deck shoes. The little waterproof deck shoe things. You can still feel the grooves, obviously, even if you're wearing shoes, and they flex. So I've got to either most likely put something around the top edge of it and make it a little more stable for walking on. The biggest con that I'm going to check here and show you guys is that somehow I've got water in the hull, which shouldn't happen first time out. I had the drain plug in. There's a drain plug I think I showed in the video before. Drain plug for the inside of the boat, which only does you good if you get water here in this spot, because there's no connecting, you know, tunnel or anything, whatever you want to call it. I had the plug in. I even sealed. You can see this. Thank you. I sealed around the outside of this myself, in addition to whatever they had done. So I don't know why I've got a leak. I'm going to tip it up, get the water out of it, find out about how much is in it, and then see if I can find any scrapes or scratches or something on the bottom. All right, I'm going to try to tip it up and see if we can see. I don't have my bucket. I can't find it. We'll see if the water will drop into the paint tray. Anything came out? I can hear it sloshing in there. I know there's water in it. So I guess more came out. I'll have to look at the video to see how much more. That's bothersome. Well, I just put some thread tape on the drain plug. So we'll see if that works. Next time I take it out, we'll check it when I get back in and see what happens. I think there still may be a little water in it, actually. I can't tip it straight up to get everything out of it. It's probably not a lot, but hopefully it's not a lot, and it doesn't affect the way it runs, or as far as being tippy and stuff like that. All right, got to get busy on other stuff. Here we go. All right, well, we got it cut out. I've got the pattern cut out anyway, and I've got it marked. So now I'm just gonna cut it out. I'll probably use my jigsaw. It'd be way too hard to do this with a knife. So this is an old piece of leftover, like, shower plastic, the stuff you put up on your wall in a shower, just if you're piecing it together. It's fairly thick. I'm thinking it might be thick enough to put over this. We're going to test it, and then it'd be easy to put the vinyl on this once I clean it up. I don't know. Well, we're going to try it. I already had it. It was free because it's been in my garage for probably a few years. And we're going to cut it. Alright, let's see how she fits. And in case you guys are wondering, if you use a metal blade to cut this type of plastic, it's a whole lot easier. Don't use a wood blade. Alright, let's see how she fits. And then I'm going to stand on it just to see if it feels like it's going to work for what I want it to do. I may not have a great cut. I may have to mark it and cut it probably again. Here, let's see. Well, I think that's going to do it. I'm going to leave it like that. Pretty much got everything the way I want it. I shaved it a few times and I'm just tired of shaving it. So I think it's good. It's going to fit right. And as soon as my vinyl gets here, hopefully one day soon from Temu, I'll be able to put this on here. But I'm going to clean it up. And oh, well, let's stand on it first. All right, let's see how it feels just standing on, if it's actually going to do it, if I'm going to need plywood. I mean, it's pretty good. I won't be walking all the way up here anyway. I'm going to have, where I've got my section here for the top deck, and then, where am I at? Back deck comes out. Oh wait, I'm in. I usually have this in the other direction. I usually have it backed in, but so front deck, sorry, coming across and then going to here, and it'll cover part of that, obviously. And then back deck will be coming out to there, all the way across to there. So I guess I could start looking at my potential storage options, and we'll think about that and see what we're going to do. I think this is going to be okay. Well, guys, I decided I'm going to go ahead and fill the ridges. I'm going to fill these up with this big gap filler. It's supposed to be water resistant. It doesn't say that it's waterproof, and I can't tell if it's closed core. I think that's what the term is. But we're gonna give it a shot and fill in the gaps. Hopefully it'll help keep it from being, too wiggly in between, even with the other part on top. I'm gonna try to get this as evenly as possible. It said to fill about 50%. I don't know how good this will fill because it's gonna, there's no top, so to speak, on this. I'm trying to get it as even as possible, which so far is not very easy. Alright guys, one more look for today. I think I'm going to call it quits today. I'm pretty worn out. I do have all this filled. Well, as much as I could get. I had one can, did all that, and I think that's going to help me at least a little bit, because it will get more rigid and it should help with the flexing. And then when I put the top on it, then it should be a lot better. The one thing I have to do is I have to figure out how this deck in the front are going to be secured to the actual boat itself. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I really don't want to drill holes. Alright, I'll see y'all in a little bit, to be continued with the rest of this build. Alright guys, what's up? We're back at it again today, working on the boat, on the old Prowler 12-footer. A couple of things today. Trying to get the decking attached to the actual boat, and I'm trying to do it without putting any holes in it. So here we go. Alright, so here's the plan right now. I am going to I've got some heavy-duty Velcro that I'm going to put on different parts of the boat itself, which will also attach to the the actual bottom of the deck that I moved out of the way here. And the goal and the hope is that that'll help hold it down. And I'm going to use some JB weld that's made for plastic, and it's got like a 3,900 pound holding capacity, so I'm going to use that in a couple of places. Right now I just don't want to put holes in it. I will be testing it out tomorrow most likely, so we'll see how it holds up as I drive and as I fish in it. Hopefully I won't get a lot of slippage. It is pretty heavy. I mean, again, I think I weighed these. I told y'all they're about 30 pounds a piece on the decking. I don't think it's going to bounce around too much. I mean, it may bounce a little bit if I hit bumps, because my trailer is not really built to carry this. This was an old camper trailer. If you didn't see that video, go back and check that one out, where I kind of converted this one over to a kayak trailer. And now I've got to kind of convert it back to where I can carry either a kayak or my boat. So we're going to work on that one day. But right now we're getting ready for Florida, Pensacola trip. So we're going to just basically, I'm going to put the JB weld in certain points, and then the Velcro, heavy duty Velcro in certain points, and then we're just going to test it and see if it'll hold it if I try to pick it up after it dries. Now the JB weld will dry pretty quick, but I won't really be able to test it till tomorrow. So the Velcro I'll put down first. I don't know how long it'll take for it to kind of cure, so to speak, but let's see what we can do. So up here in the front, I'm going to put as large a piece as I can. This is fairly flat where it sets up against the decking, where the decking sits up against here, and then the carpet is about up to here. So I'll have to drop it down, about an inch, and then I'll put a big piece here. That'll be my first spot. And this is what I picked up. An inch down, one in the middle. I'm going to put this on here for now, just so I don't mix them up and forget which one is which. Alright, so this is the JB weld I got. It's a clear weld, not that it matters with the boat. Quick setting, sets in 5 minutes, but it will cure in an hour, so I might be able to test it a little bit anyway. I'm not going to go yanking on it, but looks like most plastics, glass wood, which is good because it'll connect the wood to the plastic, so that's why I'm hoping this one will work. This is not the waterproof one or the weather one, but it shouldn't get a whole lot of water on it where it's going to be set at. And this one had a stronger, you can see it's got a 3,900 psi, so it's stronger. The other one is only like in the, I think around 2,500 or something like that. So if you've never mixed epoxy, I always try to get the one where it's the 2-in-1. You got 2 tubes, and you just take the cap off, and the cap allows you that if you don't use it all, then you can use it again somewhere else. Basically, you just take the cap off, you squeeze it onto just a clean, piece of material that you're not going to use, stir it up with the tiny little stick they give you, and then you set it on whatever you're going to put it on. Let's see how this one cap comes off. There we go. So you kind of just squeeze the tube. Get just about a quarter size is usually what they say. Just to kind of start with, and that's probably plenty right there to get our first set on. I'm going to put the cap back on real quick just so we don't, we don't want it to dry out, and just mix it up. It's a little difficult to see. Usually if you use a different application, there are two different colors. This one's barely two different colors. It's almost like an amber and a just clear. So you can see it's kind of mixing up though, and it's kind of changing colors a little bit here. Just mix it up for a good minute, it says, and then you apply it. All right. We'll have to push it up against it to get it to grab. All right, so I got it back on. I think I'm in pretty good shape. I just went and stood on it just to kind of help, push it down a little bit by standing around on it, and we'll find out. I mean, it'd be difficult. I mean, I could drill into the front easily and, put like some brackets or something, and then here, this touches here in the middle with the wood, so I could connect an L bracket or something here to hold kind of the back and the front down. And then I had some ideas on the sides. I thought about buying like a 1-inch angled aluminum, and then cutting it, to different sections, and just having it lay on kind of top of this, and it would connect into the side of the boat. But again, even though it's the top of the boat and I could seal it, with some silicone, I just didn't want to do that right now. So we're going to try this and see if this will hold. But I do want to show you something. We got one seat. Here we go. So this short part is a separate piece. You buy the seat, you buy this. I can never remember what those are called. Yeah, it's just a seat mount. So this is a short one that what I can do if I do run this eventually from the back, and I'll talk to you guys about this in a minute, but the other motor or another motor or whatever, run it from the back. I think I'm going to run it short like this because it's just easier to reach back there, and this just drops in the plate. Just like that. It's got a little spring on it, and swivels anywhere you want it to go. A little strap to lock it down while you're moving, and there you have it. So you can sit like this, feet hanging off the edge. Let's see if that's all dried good. Yep. So just give you kind of a little example here. And that already feels better with that foam in there, not moving as much. But there it goes. Now it's in there. So now you can just sit like this. I mean, you can sit like this. You can control the motor. So the motor, I could have the handle back here, and I control the motor this way. I can fish. I can turn sideways and fish if I want. Now I could put the taller pedestal on it, which I might do, and then you would have a little more vision. But for the back, I don't think I need the tall pedestal. Well, I bought a 13, I think it's a 13-inch one that I bought, and that'd be more for if I'm sitting on the deck or sitting on this and I want elevation above the deck part. But this should be just fine for back here, because I can turn all the way around, and I can cast, I can move, I can do whatever I want to do. Then I can stand on the front deck and fish from the front deck. Excuse me, fish from the front deck, be able to control the trolling motor, which I think, if I didn't mention this before, I think I'm going to go ahead and mount the trolling motor on the front of the boat. So I'll show you all how to flip the motor here, the head in here at some point. I don't know if I'll do that today or not. It's pretty difficult to run it from the back. And then if I wanted to move it, because if I'm fishing, I'm generally going to fish from the front. The deck's a little bigger, it's a little longer, and I'll have more space. I'll have more space to move around, and I can reach up and control the trolling motor from the front as I'm fishing, instead of moving back to the back, turning the trolling motor, and then going back up to the front. Camera mounts are a whole nother thing I haven't figured out yet, but we're going to work on that too. Got a little carried away and just kept working. So I'm going to put a door and a panel. Hang on. So this section underneath the back deck is deeper, and so I'm going to put a panel basically across that goes down that will have a door on it. So I'm going to cut the door now. No, I think that's right. After I've cut it. I just had this board laying around, so I thought I'd use it. Alright, just gonna kind of do I don't know if you call it a dry fit test or whatever, because I'm gonna have, when I get my vinyl in, the EVA foam anyway, I think I'm gonna put it on this if I can. So I'm just gonna put probably 2 holes here and 2 holes on the end and see if it hinges okay. So this will be the front basically. The marks. Pre-drill a little bit. Let's see if it'll open. I'm not feeling too good about it because my hinge isn't lined up with my gap. You guys can see that. But maybe it'll still open. Oh yeah, okay. Nice. I'll have to have something up here. I'll probably just get a little latch of some sort just to run across here to hold this up. Haven't figured that part out yet. Alright, so here it is. I don't have it, of course, sealed down yet because I'm waiting for my vinyl. I just don't want to do that yet. I don't want to do the vinyl first. And, or the EVA foam. Sheesh. EVA foam first. I got to line it up a little bit better. I don't have it connected to the top, obviously, here, but that's where I will connect it. I shimmed out a little bit because I had a problem with the bolts that were coming through from the top of the seat base. So I shimmed out. I started drilling on the back side of the actual door first, and then I was like, oh, I'll just shim out, and it should be flush. So it's going to be pretty flush with the, as you can see, with the actual deck. Let's see if we can get this over here like this. So, and I got to get that level, of course, but it'll be pretty flush. The door will shut all the way. I've got to shave off something off the bottom. Somehow it's not exactly even or something, but and then the door. So basically, even though that keeps popping out over there, once it's connected, it'll be all right. So I'll have storage back there. I'll have to put some kind of a latch, you know, up here somewhere just to hold it shut. All right, guys, what is going on? Hope everybody's doing well. This will probably be the last part of my series. Alright, let's open it up. Oh, y'all look at that. Alright, this.